Hi, it's Lucy, and today I'm here to do the Back from Booknet Fest tag. I'm here 3 weeks late with Starbucks. Is it 3 weeks? I think I'm like a month late. Booknet Fest was the beginning of September, and I'm posting this the beginning of October. I'm actually filming this the beginning of October, so +1 for me. But yeah, I'm always behind on videos. What's new? I'm here to do the Back from Booknet Fest tag, which was created by Jerry over at Onyx Pages. I'm actually in like the tag video, if that makes sense. Did that make sense? I'm actually in the video where she announces the tag. There we go. This tag, like I said, was created by Jerry in order to like talk about your experience at Booknet Fest, and she was inspired by Kathy. What is her channel name? I don't know, but the creator of the Booknet Fest tag, the one you do before, this is the one you do after. Here I am to do it after. Hopefully I beat the sun. The sun is setting, but I don't think sunset is until 8 o'clock, so I think we're okay. Maybe one day I'll have good lighting. I bought a whole lighting kit that I never use because I do actually live in an apartment with good windows. It's just evening time. Anyway, none of this matters. None of this has anything to do with Booknet Fest. So let's get into the tag. The first question is to explain your Booknet Fest experience in one word, and my word is kind of lame, but I'm gonna go with fun. What was your favorite session and why? My favorite session, I think, was the last session that I went to, and that was the We Don't Just Talk About Books session. I think I mentioned this in my vlog. Oh, by the way, I did a Booknet Fest vlog that was much more timely, not quite as timely, but still more timely than this video. So if you want to see like more in-depth experience, I don't know, it's not the most amazing vlog, but if you want to see clips from the panels and stuff and just like more in the moment stuff, that vlog is up. But yeah, We Don't Just Talk About Books panel, which featured Kov from EXO Reading Solus X, Adriana from Perpetual Pages, and Jerry from Onyx Pages. I promise I didn't just choose this panel because the creator of the tag was on it, but I really thought the discussion that they had about how who they are affects what they read and how they review what they read and like their channels and everything and what they do on the internet. And yeah, I really enjoyed that, and it kind of made me, well, all of Booknet Fest kind of made me not reevaluate, but sort of evaluate. Not evaluate, but just make me want to put forth more effort into showcasing things that I think are important on my channel. The third question is, what's the most interesting thing you learned? One of the panels that I went to was my hobby and the industry, and one of the panelists was DJ, who is a marketer for Wednesday Books. And his contributions to the panel really, I guess, enlightened me or gave me some interesting info about how publishing really thinks of booktubers and book reviews that booktubers do. Like, for example, I guess I kind of knew, but I wasn't sure how much it affected publishing and stuff, but at least they at Wednesday Books do prefer like single book standalone reviews the most, which I hardly ever do now. So it kind of made me want to do those more, which is why in my last wrap up, I promised you all those single standalone book reviews, and where are they? Still in my brain. They're coming eventually, I swear. But yeah, it's just like that kind of side of booktube, I guess, or just not booktube, but just book stuff and how booktube fits into it. I thought a lot of the information given there was really interesting and useful. The fourth question is, were there any conversations that you had at Booknet Fest that you think we should keep talking about as a community all year for the rest of the year? You know what the point of that question is. And my notes have in little asterisks diversity, because I don't know, throughout Booknet Fest it did feel like there was considerations for people for like how race and for keeping that like diversity, the big umbrella term, at the forefront at Booknet Fest. And I think that the majority of the panels were pretty good about that, and like in not private, I guess, but just like not in a panel, like conversations that I was a part of, like actively a part of. We were talking kind of about tragedy porn, I guess, for lack of a better word, specifically about black authors, black creators, black characters. Oh my god, my brain no longer works. Specifically about like how black characters, specifically the books that get the most popular, and obviously I contributed to that, I guess, are ones where something incredibly tragic happens to them because of their race. And there are more books where that's not like the focus of the book, where like someone like gets shot by the police and stuff. But yeah, I don't know if any of what I just said made any sense, but also I think BookTube does a good job of at least talking about all of this stuff Action is another thing. 5, what was your most memorable moment? So I put down 2 for this. First was trivia. I'm sure a lot of people's Back from Booknet Fest tags mentioned trivia. It was so fun. The idea came from Derby, from Derby Lane Reading, and it was a great trivia night. I, as a human being, love trivia so much. I try and go to like regular, like not alcoholic trivia, like bar trivia. I go whenever someone offers to go. I love trivia. So it was great to have like a bookish trivia night. And prom was super duper fun. I love dancing with everybody and just watching everybody have a good time. In what ways does Booknet Fest add value to the community? I think the biggest way and like the most intended way, I guess, is meeting people that you would never normally meet in person. And a lot of conversations can happen more organically when you're literally right there, or you can like slide into a conversation that maybe would ordinarily take place in Twitter DMs, but since you're there, like you can slide in there even if you don't know the people well and like get to know people better. Like putting all these people in a room who wouldn't normally be in a room just because of geography and like where you live and where you're born and stuff. Show us your swag, book swap treasure, or something great you got from a vendor. So I forgot that this was a question, so I'll be back. I don't have too much to share with you guys. I just have my Booknet Fest like tag. It actually got wet in my bag. It's so funny. I literally had it all weekend and it was fine. And then when I got home, like from the airport, I realized that my water bottle, it hadn't spilled. It was just like sweating. I don't know what you actually call the condensation that happens outside of water, like cold water. It got all over my bag and for some reason made everything super wet. I think it had a leak. I don't know. But yeah, so it kind of got ruined or whatever, but it's still fine. This is my name tag. Oh, I almost forgot. And this is the BookTube pin that Kate from Chapter Kate made. I think she originally made them for BookCon, but she had extras, so she brought them to Booknet Fest and she gave them out, and it's really cute. Look at that. So I brought one book for the bookish swap. And the book that I ended up getting, a lot of people got some really good books, but I kind of got at the end of the barrel because I was talking to people and I waited too long to go check out the like swap table. So I got Rooms by Lauren Oliver, which I'm kind of debating whether I'm gonna give it away now, just because Lauren Oliver used to be my favorite author, but I did end up taking this book off my TBR because I'm not sure if I'm interested in her adult, but I have it now, so I might give it a shot. But yeah, this is the book I got. The next question is to shout out a few content creators who inspired you at Booknet Fest. These are just going to be ones that I didn't know about before Booknet Fest. The first one is Lizelle. She was the creator and the creators will be linked down below. Oh my god, I can't think. The creators will be linked down below. So the first one is Lizelle. She was on a panel about, or the one I saw her do was about book-ish minimalism. Not really minimalism, but just consumerism on BookTube and in the book community and stuff. She was kind of on the side of owning less books. And while I'm not gonna stop buying books or anything, I just thought she had a good way of speaking. And yeah, and I got to talk to her a little bit during the course of the weekend and stuff. And so she's cool. Also on that same panel, Mara was on the opposite side and owns a lot of books. And once again, not that I'm planning on completely filling my house, I thought she had a good way of speaking, and I will aspire to speak as eloquently. The ninth question is, if you plan to come back at Booknet Fest, is there anything you would change? And I assume this means with the conference, but just like, I'm also gonna talk about with me. Personally, this was just a me thing. Next year, if I go, I am for now planning to go. I'm actually going to stay in the hotel instead of an Airbnb because at a base level, the Airbnb was cheaper. Like the reservations were cheaper, but it was inconvenient. And I forgot that Orlando doesn't do shared lift. So shared lifts are usually at least $3 or $4 cheaper, which adds up. And since they don't do shared lifts, I think the amount of lifts that I had to take back and forth between my Airbnb and the hotel venue did make it add up to be probably close to the same. Like I said, the inconvenience I don't think was worth it. So that's just a warning for anyone who didn't go to Booknet Fest this year and is thinking about going this year or this coming year. You know what I mean? The next one. As for the actual conference, one like idea, I guess, or something would be like a speed dating event just to meet more people and help anyone who, me specifically, who's like not that great at walking up to groups or anything, like meet someone individually first. Like once you know one person, it's easier to know more people, if that makes sense. So just an idea. I know that there was like a meet and greet at the beginning on Friday, but I hadn't even realized that existed. And as far as I know, it seemed like it was more to meet like the panelists and stuff, which I mean, most of Booknet Fest, not most, but like a good amount of the panelists were at Booknet Fest. Yeah, a good amount of the people at Booknet Fest were also panelists, and that was also an extra add-on, like paid for thing that honestly I hadn't realized. So maybe, I don't know if you got any idea out of that, but yeah. And the last question is to share your prom portrait and any other photos or videos of yourself having fun at Booknet Fest. So there is the black booktube or bookish internet photo that India from, I forgot her channel name, had. I'm like very little in the corner because I was in the back. It's fine. I have the one prom portrait that I took with a bunch of people. That'll be here. And if you want any other video or what have you, there is my vlog. That is it for the Back from Booknet Fest tag. This took a lot longer to film than I thought, and I have a whole other video to film. So let's go. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you have any opinions about anything I mentioned in this tag, if you were at Booknet Fest, let me know how you went, or let me know, or link me to your rendition of this tag. Thanks again for watching. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Blah, blah, blah. Bye.